Hello, my planner friends. It's Crystal with Happy to Plan. I'm going to be doing my plan with me question mark because there's no actual planning in this video. So technically it should be called a decorate with me video for the second week of October. As I said before, I'm doing like classic costumes, and one of the classicest costumes you can get is a ghost. So I was inspired by that card there that's sitting there that says the eyes have it, and I wanted to use those three colors in my plan with me today. So I'm going to go ahead and start by cutting up the paper. So let's get started. So I wanted to use this glitter paper. I had it in my stash for a while. I believe I got it at the Dollar Tree a little while back. It's kind of one of those Jot products that come back every once in a while. So hopefully it'll come back again because I'm using it all today. And I wanted to go ahead and cut up my paper. So I'm just measuring it out based on the middle section because I always measure from the middle section because the middle section is the longest. So if I measure from the middle section, then I know that if I do eventually, depending on what box I want to put it in or what row, I'll have enough of the little box to cut. I usually have to trim it, but that's okay. All right, I cut up that trick or treat paper. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut up the the little card that I bought. I bought those cards at the Dollar Tree, so they were like 50 cents a piece, which, was kind of expensive if you think about it, but if you go find a pattern paper at Hobby Lobby, you're going to pay 50 cents. Granted, you'll get a 12 by 12 piece of paper generally, but I really thought this card was really cute, and I was really inspired by the little ghost on it, and then the purple trees, and then even like the little eyes like all over it. They kind of look like owls. So I did add a couple of owl stickers in here as well. So there's any excuse to use a cute little owl sticker, I will take it. All right, so I'm just gonna cut this up, and I got 6 boxes out of this. And when I was cutting it, I wanted to make sure that I didn't cut any of the ghosts. So I just kind of measured it so that it would um, not cut any of the little design out of the cards. Now I'm going to get the black paper cut up. I wanted to just use a couple of boxes of the black solid cardstock paper. And then once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and get down all of my boxes and get them laid out into a layout. And when I'm doing this layout process, I usually try to start with my inspiration pieces. And then I want to make sure that I'm covering up the weekend spot. And I definitely wanted to use that glitter paper. So I just took some of that, and then I'm going to eventually take another piece of paper and put that there. So I'll show that to you in a second. And then I just kind of measuring it all out. And when I'm doing this, I'm really trying to make sure that the left and the right side are kind of balanced in regards to the design of it. So that's why I generally like to cover up the whole weekend, because I know I'm going to cover up the whole right side, the panel part. So anyway, that's kind of my thought process. So I got that haunted house paper in one of my paper packs. It was just in a stash that I had, and I cut that out. I definitely wanted to use that. Now it's going to cover up most of my weekend, which I wasn't really too thrilled about, but I figured I can make it work. It just looked too cute not to add it. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and get my paper down. As you can see, I'm kind of having to trim a little bit off of some of the boxes, which is fine with me. And then I just got that purple paper. That was all I had left. So I wanted to just go ahead and use it up. And as you can see, I kind of messed up on the design there. And I was like, oops, I was supposed to put this one there and then the black one next to it. And then I'm going to get all that glued down. And I put that trick or treat paper there, and I realized that after, when I got back home, that I didn't like that paper. So you'll see here kind of towards the middle of the video, I do change that out. All right, so I just got everything glued down. And sometimes it's funny because I was at my planner night and I kept getting interrupted just because we kept doing, like, we were talking and people were asking me to make them shaker pockets and stuff. And I kept forgetting what the design was. So I don't even know if that was the original design that I had laid out. All right, so I went ahead and put some white label paper at the top to cover up the dates, and I'm going to add those back in with just my own date stickers later. And just added some washi to the bottom, and I cut that little piece off, so I'm like, oh, I'll just put this over here on the side panel. So, and then I'm going to also do that to the bottom piece. And when I was doing this, I wanted to make sure that it was underneath the little house there, so I just pulled up the little piece in the corner, and then I just set that in there. And of course I was having a little bit of difficulty there, and then I got that, and then I just glued down that little corner piece with some tape runner. All right, and what am I going to do now? Okay, yeah, here we go. So this is when I decided, when I got the layout out, I didn't really like that it didn't have any kind of words on there. So what I decided to do is I was going to recut a piece of the paper out. And even though I wasn't going to get the whole word on there, I wanted to try to get as much as I could. So when I cut it, I kind of cut it like one side, and then I turned it around and I cut it on the other side, and then maybe I turned it around again and cut it on the other side, so that I could just have at least most of the word on there, instead of like before where it was just kind of half the word. And then when I decided to do that, I wanted to go ahead and add the word treat to the other side. So once I get this glued down, I'm having some problems lining it up. As you can see, it kind of took up some of the paper from the planner, so I had to make sure that was all covered. All right, so I have now, I'm just going to try to get that treat in there, and I thought that looks a lot cuter with it being actually saying the word trick and treat. Of course, I wasn't going to get the whole, like I said, I wasn't going to get the whole word on there, but I just kept cutting little pieces here and there to measure out the boxes, and I think it has enough on the word on there that you can realize what it says. All right, and once I get that glued down, I can't remember what I'm going to do next. Okay, that's right. I go ahead and put down my side panel pieces. I wanted to just, I've been doing this for the last couple of weeks, and I really like having that little side panel there. One, because I'm using my stash, because I have tons of sticky notes that I never use. And two, I think it looks cute, and it kind of fills up that space, and it gives me some additional places to write some things to do and things like that. So once I get that glued down, it's going to be sticker time. All right, I'm going to work on my journal card and paperclip now. And I wanted to put my scripture this week on my journal card, because it was a little bit of a bigger scripture, and I didn't think it was going to fit really well on the page. So these stickers are from Hobby Lobby, and they're in the books, and they are clear, and it wasn't going to show up on that black cardstock that I had there. So what I did was I just took a piece of label paper, a little stash that I had, and I put it on the label paper, and then I just cut it out. And the scripture is Isaiah 41:10, and it says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am God. I will strengthen you." And I just thought that was not only a beautiful a scripture verse to remember throughout the week, but I thought it was kind of cute that it said "Fear not," and then I'm putting it on a ghost page. So anyway, I wanted to work on my paperclip too. So I just wanted to throw a really quick paperclip together. But again, you don't have to spend a lot of time making these, but they're still really cute, and I think they add so much to the page for me at least. It's one of my favorite parts of my planner when I'm flipping through it is all my different paper clips. So I just had that ribbon that I found at Michael's, and just glued that onto the paper clip, and then I just glued one of those little ghosts onto the paper clip. And then when you put it on there, it's kind of cute because it looks like the ghost is flying in the sky. All right, and then I wanted to make a little shaker pocket for this as well. And I've done this in a couple of my videos, but I just wanted to put this in there specifically because when I was trying to get my plan with me done at my planner night, um, a lot of the girls were asking me to make them shaker cards or shaker pockets. And I was having so much fun at my planner night, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to put one in here too, since I make so many different ones for other people, but hardly ever make them for myself. So I went ahead and made one for myself. And I wanted to use the black and the clear. I've got some black and clear sequins. Most of the sequins I get it at either Michael's or the Dollar Tree. And then I have some seed beads that I threw in there, and those beads that are sitting there on the desk right now are from Michael's. They're the Recollections brand. So I just kind of threw in a mix of all of the different colors that I was using on the layout. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my metal ruler and just get that infused down. One thing about the fuse tool you have to keep in mind is you have to make sure that's hot enough. So I usually try to leave it heated up for at least 5 to 10 minutes before I use it. All right, so then I wanted to put that little ghost there, and it is a felt ghost. My sister actually, I stole it from my sister's stash, and I thought, oh, that would look really cute if it was kind of peeking out of the journal card. And since it looks the same on both sides, it actually looks cute because from either side, it looks like it's peeking out. So I just kind of got that glued down, and then I used some glue dots to make sure that it got adhered really well on there. And I am going to put one of those little tab things on the back there. So I just wanted to put it in the middle of the two journal cards. So I just grabbed that little and then got it glued down. And I think that turned out really cute. And I really like how that turned out. So when I put it in the planner, you can see now that I've got some actual planning done, and I thought I was filming it, but I wasn't. So I apologize for that. That's why this is a decorate with me and not a plan with me. Once I actually got the journal card in there, I was like, oh, it needs a couple more ghosts. So I went ahead and put just a couple of more ghost stickers on there because you never can have too many stickers. And then that's it, guys. So I'll go ahead and have pictures like I do always at the end. Bye. See you next time.